Monday, July 15th. The moment everybody's waiting for finally here. The High Noon Pool Pack is back. Everyone always looking for the pool pack. Grab a case, text the group, get your friends to the nearest pool. It's only here this summer, so now's the time to enjoy lime, peach, and 2 limited edition flavors, guava, kiwi. As always, the High Noon Pool Pack is made with real vodka, real juice, 100 calories, gluten-free, no added sugar. Visit highnoonspirits.com to find the pack near you. Rundown, obviously, biggest news of, this is a lifetime story because it only happens once, I don't know, once every decade, once every couple decades. There's how many have there been? 4 assassination attempts. So we can get into so many different things. I was on a plane when it happened. I'll just say on a serious note, thank God it didn't kill him, because I think we'd have a civil war right now. Like
that imagery on live TV, his head would have exploded.
Yeah.
It would have been like
the fucking insane political like crazies on each side, but it's speaking right now about the left, who are like, oh, I wish it had happened. Like, what are you talking about? That would have been an I don't care what fucking politics you have, an assassination of a former president and guy who's running for president would have been such an insane disaster for this country.
I think it would have been a legit civil war.
Yeah, like cities would burn to the ground. People riot over a fraction of that. The cities would have been burning.
But there's people who are like, oh, I wish it, like, how I don't understand.
I have some family members coming over today. I got the whole family coming today. If I put a truth serum in one of them, I'm not sure what his answer would be. I was trying to get an answer out of him, and I couldn't.
Listen, I'm like, I really firmly believe I'm pretty much as middle as you can be. But the reaction on the left this time of either, he missed his mark, or I wish he hit him, and then the fake BB, it was a BB gun, and then he had a blood packet, and it's a false flag operation.
Those are the crazies. Those are the absolute crazies.
But
these are both.
There's literally there's dead people though. Like, it's one thing when
someone died.
Confirmed dead people, a regular person not going home to their family, and you're posting about he's done WWF and he knows how to fake it. It's like it's a tragedy right now. It's nuts. Tragedy.
It also ended the election, because there's no way anyone can beat him with that imagery. The one thing I'll say, and they're both, I've said this, people obviously think I'm very pro-Trump. The left is definitely not responsible. The both sides, but the way the left talks about him, like he's Hitler and he's a threat to democracy, and if you don't take this guy out, like the country's going to ruin, that brings up. Now, the right is acting like they don't do it. They also, like, everybody. You don't accept the results of an election, all this shit. It's just they're playing against each other. The biggest thing for me, on a serious note, I don't know how Joe Biden took so long to talk. I was getting infuriated.
Well, he doesn't have a brain.
Yeah, they got to wake him up.
I got in a fight with my dad. He's like he's in church. That's what my dad said. He's like, he's in church.
At 4 o'clock on a Saturday, dude. The guy is. Our country's so messed up. It's like, and the guy is, he shouldn't be running for president. It's insane that he is still, but it's insane that Biden is still in the race. It's the egomaniacs, same shit that happened with Ruth Bader Ginsburg, where they just want to hold on to power till their dying breath.
Even if it fucks them over, even if it fucks the party over. Yeah.
If you actually cared about this country, you would have already stepped down. And I agree, Dave. The fact that he was the last person in the world to talk about it is insane.
So much was happening. So I don't know, 20 minutes passed, 30 minutes passed, and it's like Biden hasn't said anything. Like a former president, the nominee, just had a assassination attempt on national TV. And it was crickets. And by the way, his intern or whoever tweets for them, they are like prolific social media.
Yeah.
They tweet about everything. So noticeably silent. But again, to go to both sides, one last thing, Kevin, what I thought, and this is when I'm not on either side, I can't get over, and I've never heard of this guy, Mike Collins from Georgia. He's a congressman. He tweeted out, Biden sent the order. Like that. How can someone... And now he's going to be like, well, Biden, I guess, in a speech said we got to put a bullseye on Trump, which he did, which is dangerous rhetoric. But to be like, we do that on this show and we're not politicians, but you say things that so clearly are not meant like
euphemism. Yeah.
Literal. Yeah.
Now
it's a bad idea though. I mean, you should.
And you 100%, that's why they're guilty. But then to take that and tweet when you're a sitting member of Congress, who knows? Like, it's just, they just keep upping each other. Oh shit, something crazy is going to happen. It's just so crazy.
If Biden was your number one thing, my number one thing was the reaction from like the CNNs of the world. Trump's rally interrupted.
Crazy.
Ordered off stage after loud noises. Like that. I mean, truly to me, that was maybe that was the worst
even
part.
Biden
that's proving every even Trump.
Biden in his speech, he's like, he's
more
like,
information.
What are you talking about? We all saw it.
Because to me, that proves everything that they've been saying about you. You know, like and it almost does more harm than good. They don't take you seriously. They now, everybody, you know, we know this already, but it's like hardcore proof that you're biased. Like, how can you, as a outlet, cover that news that way? It's intentionally misleading. I mean, it's crazy to not use the right words there. That's so dangerous.
He got shot at. I saw someone had a great tweet that was just a Photoshop, and it was like if CNN was around in 1963, and it was like John F. Kennedy takes really, really hard fall.
Yeah, exactly.
Like that's
I actually at one point to go both. I was watching Fox News and then go CNN. Fox News talking. CNN's headline when I went was Biden condemns like violence. It like he came right out. I mean, the whole thing scary. Also,
very
you
scary.
you have these. Did you see the lady on CNN? She's like, well, where everyone's talking about the Republicans now are saying they want to take the temperature down. How about Trump saying fight, fight, fight? The man just got shot like 2 seconds before.
I mean, listen, whatever you want to say, but the guy is a showman, and he's like an incredible politician in terms of running a campaign. The fact that he had the presence of mind to stand up and get that picture. I mean, it was an all-time badass picture.
Yeah. Hold the Secret Service. Like, I need a minute to get my shot off is unbelievable.
Brilliant.
And you know what? There's something like this is a tough motherfucker. I mean, like if you get shot at, you're scared, you're nervous, you get hit with something.
Well,
I'd be crying, you know, the fact like you got to at least give some credit, whether you agree with politics or whatever, that he's a bad motherfucker to get up there.
For me, that's kind of where I'm at. Like, I don't agree with all his policies. I've said that specifically, like the abortion issue. I'm way on the other side. But when you look at like a president and a leader, he clearly can think on his feet. So if you're in meetings with other world leaders, like as he said, Putin, China, and you need someone who's fast, quick on the feet, not rattled, he clearly keeps his composure. Biden,
he's a vegetable. He's been a vegetable for 2 years. It's insane. It drives me insane that they're so fucking narcissist that they're like, yeah, well, this guy who clearly can't do the job anymore and is supposed to be running the country is somehow going to do it. Are you guys now? Let
me just say one thing, Dan, real quick.
Yeah.
Just the other side of that, Dave, is like, if you don't believe in his policies and you think he's dangerous in other ways and bad for the country in other ways, like, you know, you it's like you give him the power for that moment because of that moment, and then he goes and fucks shit up. It's like, well, you got what you wish for because of one like action movie moment, and now everything's fucked afterward. It's just a dangerous thing to like
so
hide an election on a completely outlier.
You know? For me personally, that one issue, which is an important issue, take that issue out and I vote for him, no problem. Like, it's not even a question in my head. Most of the policies I agree with. And then you can argue this either way. I end up voting for the person that I think is like, if I'm going into a meeting or that's who I want
representing,
carrying my flag. For him versus Biden, I don't even know how there's no way I trust Biden in any meeting with anybody.
If Biden wasn't a vegetable, would you?
I'd have to see how he was.
Yeah, I mean, it's just that the Democrats have got to be just sick to their stomach that they couldn't put together one just like medium level candidate, just like a competent guy.
No, but it's by design.
It's like, I know. Yeah, I guess
the people want to keep our now. This might get me in trouble, but I'm going to say it. I think there's some fucked up things that were happening with that with what happened on Saturday. Like I am more skeptical of everything that happens in this country than I've ever been in my life. And I don't want to say I've woken up, but like the media is lying in the bias in the media. And I don't know what happened, but it feels like that was way too easy for a guy to get on a roof 150 feet from the fucking former president and guy who most likely is going to win the presidency in November. And I just like the CIA and all these guys, like they've done shit before. It's not like that. You can't be like, oh yeah,
it's such a dangerous path to go down.
I know, but I'm just saying, the whole thing stinks to me.
Have you seen that Fusco guy? The guy that's like everyone's doing the conspiracy theories with? The one guy, I've never heard of him. People are saying he's like JFK reincarnated. It's this guy, Fusco or something. He's the only guy that didn't flinch behind the president.
Yeah, I saw
And they're
him.
like, why is he holding a green flag inside the American flag and a yellow flag in his pocket? It's all, you can
a lot of the, I know. A lot of the conspiracy theories are crazy to me. And it's like, I get it. But it just stinks to me because they can't, the people who run our country do not like when they can't control the president, and Trump is in that category. And people are probably going to say I'm nuts and this is stupid to say, but the whole thing stunk to me. I don't know how a guy gets that close with a rifle on a roof and people pointing him out and all these things. That's just nuts to me, especially with the surveillance like state that America has become. How is that possible?
Yeah.
I mean, it takes just one guy to not do is, if one guy does Trump and it's like, take the shot and he doesn't take the shot, or, the person who was covering that area does not report it. It's like, it doesn't take a whole wide conspiracy. It could just be one person.
Yeah. I generally, and this,
or is it just totally incompetent? It could just
again, they've done this stuff before. They do it in other countries all the time.
Doubt.
Like that's the part that's just like, you can't be like, oh yeah, they would never do that. No, they have done that.
Yeah. I like to, so I can sleep at night, attribute it to general incompetence. And then I go back to like the Boston Marathon bombings when like the entire city of police in Boston couldn't find the guy after he was shot 10 times and him went literally 2 yards into like a sailboat that they never checked. Like that's what lets you sleep at night, because the other way, when you say you can't escalate violence, like, well, then how do you go down? But
I also
certainly it's crazy to believe it.
I don't know what to trust ever when I watch the news, but people were saying that like Trump's security detail is not. It's like
that lady. I mean, I was trying to with because it was such a serious moment, but she was in every clip just panicking, not being able to like holster her gun. It's like that doesn't
look good. Yeah.
No.
I wish, Dave. You're right. Like I should just be like incompetence. I wish I had just kept on living my life completely ignorant. And it's like, I don't want to be that guy, but I also am like starting to see things and read things where I'm like, everything is just so fucked.
Yeah. And at this point, I don't want to be the naive guy who's like, yeah, no, there's nothing going on behind the scenes. Cause it's like, everybody's doing shit behind the scenes in every industry, of course. At the top,
that's where I'm gonna land, Kevin. That's kind of where I'm at now. It's like I'm never gonna be the full conspiracy guy, and I'm not gonna like spend my life looking for conspiracies. But I have definitely gotten to a point where
I'm Jersey Jerry if you do.
Well, yeah, I don't want to be that, but I've come to a point where I am skeptical of everything. That's kind of where, and I think that's a healthy place to be. Like you need to be skeptical of everything everyone tells you, because there's it does not work the way that they're trying to tell everything. Like they shove it down our throats, and it's not that way.
And even like the New York Times, when they ran the picture, they cropped out the American flag because they don't want that image, because
like that bias is crazy.
It's crazy.
That's crazy bias to me. That's so insane.
I mean, listen, it starts at like the lowest level. It's like you argue about sports, and there are people on the internet who can't admit they're wrong or say that their team lost, or you know what I mean. And so then when it escalates to like the most important life and death type shit, these people cannot.
It's all about power.
Let go.
It's all about power. I mean, how crazy is it that show Morning Joe on MSNBC, they took the entire show off because they're like, we don't trust that the people aren't going to say crazy things. It's like, that's who's on the air. That former president almost got his head blown off and you don't trust, they won't. So the whole thing's nuts, but it'll be for sure. Oh, and I said this to Big Cat. It maybe sums up.
Oh yeah.
More about Barstool and everything. So this happened. I got off a plane. I was coming to Saratoga. I missed it by like 10 minutes. Gaz, I'm putting it out. I'm getting things out. And Gaz just texted me, so you going out tonight? Because he was in Nantucket. It was like in the middle of everything. It's like a world moment.
I want to be Gaz.
Moment.
Yeah,
I know.
I want to be Gaz.
His brain just doesn't even.
Blissfully ignorant. He's like, well, I'm going to Chicken Box. It's like, Gaz, we got shit going on right now. So incredible moment.
Before we move on, I think that guy, Corey Compatore, I believe is how you say his name.
Yeah,
like,
he passed away.
Really sad.
Jumped on his daughter to like save her from being shot. Deserves a little more mention than he's getting.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, and they did start. I saw the fundraiser already well over, I don't know, when I saw it was over 1 million quickly.
Sure, Trump will do the right thing on that too, right?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I mean, it's hard when he deserves all the due, but obviously when the president almost gets murdered, that's going to be the top thing. And again, in vintage Trump, he's just why he's president and why he's successful. Everything he does, like strategically, is brilliant. Like the easy thing for him would have been already to have a speech. My guess is we're not going to hear from him till he comes out of the convention. I mean, he's just like, now that it's over, it's the best thing that could have ever happened to him ever.
Right.
Really.
I love how the actual, I think, forensic report is that it's glass from the teleprompter that hit his ear. And I think he's going to be.
Oh,
like,
no. They were already arguing about that. All right, moving on. The Copas. I think, Dan, you were betting soccer, paying attention. I saw, obviously, the big story out of the whole thing was they, in Hard Rock in Miami, like the tickets just, woof, everyone stormed into the stadium. They couldn't keep people out. I didn't watch any of it on any side. Just, I'm World Cup or bust, so I'll cede the floor.
It was there was 2 big tournaments, the Euros too. Like it was one of those moments I wish troops was still here because England they're like the Buffalo Bills. They just lose in epic fashion. They lost in like the 86th minute to Spain. But yeah, the Copas, telltale sign that we will never be good at soccer. When you have people climbing through duck vents to get into the stadium, like that's soccer. And I don't know if you guys saw on Wednesday, I want to say, or Tuesday, there was a legit malice at the Palace at the Copas. When Uruguay played Colombia, there was like Uruguay, I don't know how you say it, Uruguayan players were like trying to throw chairs into the stadium, and they were just brawling with everyone. And like that's soccer. That's what it means to those countries.
Yeah, so the reaction was like the United States can't handle soccer. They're never going to be able to handle the World Cup. But like, if thousands of people just bum rush a stadium, I don't think anybody can stop that unless you just start like shooting people, right?
You gotta have a lot more security.
I think it's also like the Copa was running the tournament, so it's not. And like to say that we put on a Super Bowl, we put on fucking, there's how many college football games with 85,000 people every single Saturday. Like, we could do big events.
I think I'm surprised shit like this doesn't happen more often, because unless you have a bunch of security that's willing to like pull the trigger, if 1,000 people just rush you, you cannot stop that. I mean, right? I mean,
I guess what would be a deterrent is if you just don't play the game. If it's like, well, if this happens, they're not going to play, so like you need a ticket. This video
and the shot from inside the stadium when it was overcrowded was fucking nuts. I mean, that was like. Oof.
Did you guys see this video? Jerry Rice was at the golf tournament. Was that what you guys were at, Dan? Out in
Yes.
in Lake Tahoe. So a couple Kansas City reporters seemingly harmlessly asked Jerry Rice, like, so do you think the Chiefs receiving corps is good enough to win the Super Bowl? And Jerry Rice did not like it, told him that he was going to fuck him up.
I'm going to take it right now, okay? Yes, Joe. If you want some, come get some. It's the craziest thing that's ever happened in my life.
What a reaction from Jerry Rice. Now, Jerry Rice is saying he thought it was a dig at the 49ers.
Yeah, he was trolling him.
Yeah.
But if he said something like, do you think the Chiefs receivers are better than you and the Niners? Like, even that would still be crazy. But he just said, do you think the Chiefs can win another Super Bowl?
I love this because the guy was trying to troll him. I love this because Jerry Rice is so ride or die like Niner gang. That's what you want as a fan. That a guy who doesn't he hasn't put on the uniform in 20 years, and he's like, yeah, the guy was fucking trolling me. I have to fight him. I fucking love that. Also, Jerry Rice, major street credit, because so we went out there. It was awesome event. Great people who put it on. Me, PFT, and Hank were staying at one hotel, and then our all of our camera guys are staying at Margaritaville, and like there's this beautiful hotel that's attached to the golf course that like all the celebrities and everyone stays at. The memes comes down one day. He's like, yeah, I was in the lobby. Jerry Rice staying at Margaritaville. Fucking love it. He's ride or die. Like that guy is. I became a bigger fan of Jerry Rice after seeing that. He's gonna fight for the 49ers. Like you can't disrespect the 49ers on a golf course like that.
I was so confused at first when I said it was a rival. I was like, the 49ers. I was thinking
beat him
back
twice.
No, I was thinking back when he played. I'm like, I don't remember. Maybe it's Joe Montana went to the Chiefs too. Maybe like that's a little.
That's why I love it even more because it's like it has nothing to do with Jerry Rice. He's just so ride or die Niners. Like, yeah, the guy was asking a troll question. I believe him too. He's like you can troll intent, and the guy was probably being a troll.
The guy seemed totally confused after. This only made the thing because Bosco blogged it, but there's a lady freaking out at her boyfriend at the airport, screaming at him, "You're an idiot. You're so fucking dumb. You're worthless." Someone's videoing it.
You are rushing me to the point I really got sick. You good because of you. I hate you. You're a loser. You're a loser.
And I don't know anything about Rico's personal life at all. But the Rico we get, this is what I feel like Rico's life is like, and that we get him. And he's already like so beaten down, like he's just like all blows. But he blogged it, and I'm like, maybe this is Bosco. Maybe this is what explains everything we need to know about Bosco. Like he just gets berated at home.
What was his take on the blog? I saw the video. That guy has to leave. He has to get out of there. Like
He
that
took it. He said, let's examine what's worthy of bugging out like this. She found out she was cheated on. She found out he booked the wrong destination to their trip. He killed someone, or he told them that they're never going to get married. Aside from those big four, I really can't find any reason to go nuclear like this.
But she kind of said it in her rant. I thought
like it was something about being late.
Right? Yeah, like rushing her.
Yeah, they made it go to, they rushed to sit. Like she's like, the plane is gonna take off. They're running through the airport, and then it's like, oh, we got a delay or something.
You're a loser.
He does have a good point at the end though. Like, did they end up flying together? Because if you just get on a plane at like
he just took it. He just got undressed.
Oh, that guy, you can tell that guy has had that happen to him 1,000 times before.
He almost just took his hoodie. He's like, like, man, it's so you can't see your face.
And the sneaky worst part about it is if you caught at the end of the video when like security came over and he had to stand up and be like, look, she's just having a bad day. And it's like, dude, come
he's got to defend her. Yeah,
get her arrested. Like, just free yourself.
Last one here. Not hilarious, but for some reason I did find it very funny. The Tour de France, just the casual potato chip to the face. Like the guy who threw the potato chips, so casual about it. And it was almost like, no big deal. Here's a little potato bag to the face. Funny. The guy
he was doing it to multiple guys too.
Was he? I didn't know.
Yeah, he did it to the guy in front of the guy that he got like arrested for.
You know, it's actually great, execution, great delivery.
Yeah, directly in the face. Yeah, and not a care in the world. Like he handed him an orange peel or something. Just very, very laid back, very casual. That's everything on the thing. Anything extra we want to talk about?
I had one. Did you guys see Che's tweet last night? So we're working on a theory that Che, I don't know if you guys saw, like 3 months ago, KB slammed Che. He hurt his shoulder.
Yes, saw that.
We think he got concussed and his brain is forever changed. Because he's been just on an all-time like weird tear. But so last night in Chicago, there was a tornado warning. Like when we were watching the Copa, it was literally half the screen for like 30 minutes. The alerts were going off on your phone, like get inside, all that stuff. So Chuck, our social guy, said this is at 10:45 last night, which is like right during the tornado warning. Like it's raining like crazy. He said, "Sky is crazy in Chicago right now." Che responded, "They're definitely on the right path with Reese and Cardozo. I wouldn't say crazy though. 9 for 14, 8th in a 12-team league." I don't know how this guy gets. Like, I don't know how he ties his shoes in the morning. How,
so
like,
that's a serious
response.
Che is playing everybody.
I don't know, dude.
I feel like he's
crazy.
All of these things, like he knows how. The only way he can be content is by being that guy. I think he knows exactly what he's doing.
His brain is something else.
I am glad you brought that up, though. Did you see the Sky just play to try to get Angel?
Oh
Reese
yeah,
double,
Angel
double.
Reese.
They don't even try to win. It's just like, let's get her the ball and get a double. Meanwhile, my gal, Caitlin Clark, is streaking with the Indiana. I think they're a legit bet to win the whole thing. They won
it's not a debate. It's not a debate between like the two of them playing wise. Yeah. The Che is just, I don't know what's going on with this. But
the Liberty the other day, though, like triple teaming her at the end of the game to not let her get that final bucket.
It was a 20-point game.
Yeah, I like that from the Liberty.
Like you get that shit. And everybody, the girls on the internet now are like Angel Reesing, where I miss a bunch of layups on purpose.
Yeah. Well, there's some clips. I may get in the lab. I don't know if people remember she's a Barbie girl in a Barbie world, my LeBron flop video. Yeah. I may be in the lab for an Angel Reese missed layup video. Let's just say it that way, because she misses some bunnies and she misses them bad. Yeah. So watch out for that.
We should have mentioned too the big sports story. I mean, Kevin, your guy Jalen Brunson, unreal,
bro.
So much less money.
Obviously, you got to get the job done, but that move is one of, if you're a fan rooting for that guy, he's like my favorite athlete ever. To do that, and I will say, behind the scenes, what it really does is line him up to be a free agent when he hits his 10-year mark, and he can get all the money. So it's not like you
just tore him down pretty quick.
But he to leave 115 on the table to let them still do their thing is unfucking believable.
And I'll leave this with anybody. First of all, these shirts are on sale. If anyone hasn't bought them, Al Santillo. This is the real Guinea shit. His place burned down. I've guaranteed all the money. He had no fire insurance. They wouldn't do it because of the type of building, how old. So I've guaranteed him I will pay for his new shop. All proceeds for these shirts on sale now go to him. Speaking of money.
You bet on the Red Sox.
This team is a threat to win the World Series. They are young. They are good. Yeah.
Sure to win?
So I took the Phillies, and when I took the Phillies, I didn't really think the Red Sox were a threat. I took the Phillies at 6-1. I have now put 45 grand on the Red Sox at 55-1 and 40.
Holy shit!
I think they're going to win the East. They are good. They're fast. They're good. I haven't been excited about watching the Red Sox in so long.
The Orioles, Dave, crushed you. I mean, the fact that you were betting them. Che, were you serious with your Sky tweet?
Text
to Chuck, reply.
No, I was just joking around.
Oh, okay, all right. He was just joking that time.
Yeah, that time I was joking.
Okay, that was a good joke, I guess. This is the new Che. He just jokes.
He looks like he's straight out of like vacation.
He did.
Margaritaville.
Che, how often are you playing the Che character? Like, I think all of these texts and tweets are always on.
No, that's all me. The Sky tweet was a joke last night because I heard about thunderstorms.
Everything
else is legit.
So this is part of the theory that the concussion changed his brain, where he's now a jokester, because he was doing like pranks the other day. He was doing photoshops and shit. He
lied a little bit.
He photoshopped himself over Dickie V for most famous Bucks fan.
And then
I told Che, I was like, I don't know if you guys saw the clip. I was like, Dickie V, like every other day, he announces his cancer's back. Like the guy is like, it's so sad. And what was your response?
Are you serious?
I
was
saw
his
that one.
response.
By the way,
That's crazy.
by the time this comes out, I'll have a very good blog. At least I think it's a very good blog. But the NHL ran a highly coordinated sting operation on Nicky Smokes. I have pictures of Nicky Smokes illegally selling T-shirts. They sent spies. That's how he sold them all. He just sold them to NHL operatives.
Oh no, they ran a sting on him.
Yeah, counterfeit merch. We got all sorts of letters. They're coming after Nicky Smokes.
Oh no,
I got the blog. He looks like such an idiot in these pictures they sent.
Damn. By the way, Dave, I'm now in your the fantasy football league that Che's the commissioner of, with like Trout and Bregman, all those guys. It's a marvel watching Che like bully like these stars, absolute stars. He's just a no nonsense guy, and I have barely said anything in the text chain because I'm just watching Che at work. Like, he put out a poll that they all had to vote on, and then he gave the results, and then like maybe it was Trout or someone else like complained. Yeah, and Che was like, "That's why we have a poll," and just fucking dunked right on his face.
No,
guys are. It's crazy.
They have way too much respect for Che. Let's just put that. They don't know him
what
well
are they
enough.
doing?
Yeah, right. I'm just sitting here.
They don't know him well enough. They don't know well enough. Like, when Che speaks, like, the commission ruled, shut up. It's like,
yeah, right.
I'm
it's
out
like
of
that's
league.
Mike Trout you're talking to. What are you doing?
Yeah, I couldn't take it.
A bunch of them after the draft.
So you're done with it, Dave?
Be like, what did you think of it? What did you think of my draft? And I let them know.
Yeah, I'm in for 1 year, Kevin. I'm a 1 year contract. We'll see how it goes. I'm so bad at fantasy.
I was gonna say you guys are fantasy guys.
Is Jock Peterson in it again?
Yeah.
You'll hate his guts by the end of it. Like, just constantly trying to rip people off of trades, sending ridiculous. Like, they're so active. And like me, you gamble, Dan.
Yeah.
So it's like, at the end, it's like, enough.
I'm giving it one shot, 1 year. Yeah.
All right.
It's a good group.
All right. See you, boys.